Welcome to the 1% Club. We are glad you are here. This is funny. You guys want to hear something funny? I was locked out of my computer about 20 seconds ago. I'm frantically putting in the code from memory, and I did it. I got the code. So I was like, please work. You should see me. I'm like, please work, please work, please work. Because Rob's not here. And if Rob's not here, I'm in trouble, guys. I'm in trouble. Merry Christmas. Great to see you guys, man. Got Steve driving down the road. Hey, Melanie Weaver, how are you? Good to see you. I got to put my glasses on. I'm blind as a bat. Where'd I know they're here. Hold on. I left a pair. Oh, there you are. John Olson. What's up, buddy? I like the beard, man. Got the ZZ Top thing going. Herb, what's up, Herb? Good morning. Yeah, baby. Is that a penguin tee you got on there, Herb? Yep, I'm watching. There it is. Go Penguins. Hi, Janet. What's up, Janet? Good to see you. And Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn. And Marguerite. Good to see you. And we got Jim Fury's in the house. What's up, Jim? Nice sunroof, man. Jim, where do you live? Where do you live? What part of the country you live in, Jim?
Upstate New York. Saratoga,
yeah,
Springs up.
Late in the day there, Jim. It's looking late in the day, about 4:30 by
4:30.
Yep. All right. Well, stay warm. I know New York can be a little cooler. And Jason Justak, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Jason, tell everyone where you live.
I am in Indiana, so nice and cold out here as well.
Pacers, baby. I love it. And Brian Moses is in the house. I always get excited. He's got his Tony Robbins hat on. B, my brother. Tell everyone where you are. Are you in Massachusetts? Where are you? New Hampshire?
Hollis, New Hampshire. Brent, great to see you.
Good to see you, buddy, man. Love you, man. Lori Brown's in the house. Hey, Lori, nice to see you. And Charlene. Hi, Charlene. Love the backdrop. Very cool. And
Thanks,
Jenny
Brent.
here. You bet. Jenny and Clark and Matt and Carmen and Heather Brooks and LJ. What's up, LJ? And Annie. Hi, Annie Nash. Good to see you guys. Well, and I know if I missed anyone, I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around here, but we're going to David. What's up, David Christensen? You sent me an email. I need to read that email. I forgot to read it. I'm so sorry. Give me a reminder text. We were cutting down Christmas trees this weekend, okay? We flew back from Puerto Rico last week. I had a minor surgery, and I've never had a surgery, and so that was an experience. And they're like,
a good Christmas tree.
They put me on the surgical thing, and I got all these doctors around me, and they're like, "So, what do you do for a living?" I opened my mouth, and it was like I was gone. They must laugh. They must say that everything. So, what's your favorite sport? Boom. I mean, whatever it was, man, they put me down in like 3 seconds. I was gone, and they go, and I woke up in the recovery room. It's the greatest thing in the world. I highly recommend surgery. It was awesome. People like, what'd they do? I go, I have no idea. Well, did you ask questions? I asked no questions. I didn't want to know. I don't know anything. I have no idea what they did. They cut me. That's all I know. So I'm good, man. I'm good. First time ever. It was kind of fun. Apparently, my wife said I was begging the nurse for a dinosaur sticker. So I don't know why, but she went and found me a dinosaur sticker, and I have that sticker to this day. She's like, "What was that about?" I don't know. You should have filmed me. And it was pretty funny. Anyway, so, okay, guys, well, let's get this party started. Merry Christmas to you all. And yes, for the first time ever, the Goves got a permit from the U.S. Department of Forestry. We went up at 5,000 feet in the snow, about that deep, and we cut down a Christmas tree. And you can go up to 20 feet. We got a 20-footer. It must be 15 feet across, 20 feet high. It's in my house. I got ceilings in this one part of the house that go up like 30, 40 feet. It is awesome. I've never had a Christmas tree like this. And it was $15. Best deal ever. Of course, it took like 5 hours to go get it. We got lost, and it was wild, but it was a good time. We enjoyed it. So I don't know if I'll do it again, but it was fun. So Merry Christmas. I'm feeling quite good. Okay, so today I want to tell you about an experience I had Saturday. I got my son together, who's 21, just bought his first house, and then my other son, who's 22. I said, "Hey, we're gonna watch this Pace Morby guy on YouTube." Where I got it broadcasting to the TV, and we went to YouTube. We pulled up Pace Morby. We're gonna watch him. I go, because if you guys come across someone who owns 10 units or 30 units or 80 units, we can totally buy it using seller financing. And you just tell them. And here's I'm going to coach you guys. if you ever see someone they're trying to sell their winery for 28 million, but they can't sell it, or they're trying to sell their building for 7 million and they can't sell it. Here's the script. Hey, I'm interested in buying your building for 7 million. I'm interested in buying your winery for 28 million. I'm interested, you can all buy an $80 million winery in Napa right now. Yeah, I'm interested in buying your winery from 80 million. Can we talk? Yeah. And I go, let's talk next week. I want to talk to you with my business partner, Pace Morby. That's all you guys have to say. Get Pace on that call. Shut up. Pace will do everything. He owns $500 million worth of real estate, and he does it again and again. And he's got 900 employees. He's made, and he'll partner with you. You get half, Pace gets half. You'll give away half, but you don't know how to do it, and he knows how to set it up. I'm doing it right now. I have a 33 unit luxury condominium area. They're all paid for. And we're going to have a seller carry back the note for 50 years at 3.9%. You can't borrow $14 million at 3.9%, but guess what? Seller financing you can. Doesn't matter debt to income ratio. There is no credit report. There is no DTI. There is no credit pull. There's no appraisal. And you think, yeah, but he couldn't sell it for 14 million. Why would you buy it for 14 million? Because if you stretch it out over 50 years and you get a rate of 3.9 and the income is 60,000 a month and your payment is 20,000 a month, who cares what you paid for it? You're making 40,000 a month. Who cares what you paid for the property? So you could actually give the seller what they want, a really good price. And then he gets a $20,000 a month annuity for the next 50 years for his children. He don't want a 1031 into something else. If he sells it, he's got to pay the taxes on it, half, And so this is a great deal for the seller, and Pace Morby knows how to do it. Pace will be in Cabo. He's going to speak for an hour on stage, and then he's going to do an hour breakout after he speaks. Highly recommend you take that breakout. All you have to do is go, here's my friend, he owns a gas station and he wants to sell it. It kind of works best if they own the asset outright. As you know, 30-something% of all homes are owned cash. And guess what? 30-something% of all commercial assets are owned cash. I don't know the exact note on that. I do need to do my research on that. So I'll do that. But there's plenty of people who own their stuff cash. They paid it off 5, 10, 15 years ago. And here's a way to get done. So enough said there. So we were watching Pace. Well, we went to watch Pace, and he's interviewing a guy named Jim Quick. Wave at me with your hand if you know Jim Quick. Anybody know Jim Quick? Matt knows him. Anybody else? Carolyn knows him. That's about it. So Jim Quick, he was at 5 years old. He suffered a traumatic brain injury, and he couldn't think. He was terrible at school. All the kids made fun of him. He's a stupid kid. His teacher said, be nice to him. He's the boy with the brain injury. He's the boy with the broken brain. And that became his identity. His identity, it's what we say to people. Your kids are listening to you. And that teacher, meaning well, trying to get the other kids to be nice, said, that's the boy with the broken brain. You be nice to him. So he became the boy with the broken brain. But he became desperate also. And he is, I don't want to have a broken brain. So he started studying the brain. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone because his sister couldn't hear. Necessity is the mother of invention. And so he's the world's foremost brain expert today. And one of the things he taught, which is really cool, we ended up really studying Jim Quick, who wrote the book, write this down, Limitless. And someone heard me talk about this book on Saturday. They bought the book. Instantly, they go, oh my God, that book changed my life. And basically, it's how to become a speed reader. It's how to memorize. You memorize everyone's name when you meet them. Like I just met Roxanne here at the office. I never met her before, but I said her name like 7 times. Roxanne, I got it. I'm not going to forget you, Roxanne. And you could, I thought Roxanne loves music. Remember the song Roxanne, and so when I say, oh yeah, that Roxanne, that's her name. And so little memory tricks, because the most beautiful word in the English language is your first name. And when someone goes, hey, the reason they go, hey, and they kind of can't remember your name. They should, but they forgot, oh, it's Janet Ingram. That's Janet. So we tell ourselves, I'm terrible at remembering names. So consequently, you are terrible at remembering names. So he goes through this whole thing, but he spoke, and his book Limitless is about advancing and progressing. Write that down. Advancing and progressing. What do we do at EXP with our sales and with agent attraction? We advance and we progress. We advance and we progress. What's the definition of happiness? Progressing. If you feel like things are getting better with your spouse, you're happy. Are your relationships getting better with your kids? You're happy. I have a bunch of crazy kids. Marguerite, unmute yourself. Marguerite too has a bunch of crazy kids, and she's Mama
Yes, I do.
Marguerite. Marguerite, when your kids are doing poorly, and I've had my kids make some decisions and do some things that I felt they were doing poorly, it weighs on my heart, and it's an emotionally weighing thing when you see your kids making bad decisions, right, Marguerite?
100%.
And then when sometimes your kids will pull back from you and not talk to you, or they're just like my son, my youngest son, my wife's like, I just feel like he doesn't want to talk to me. And I can get him to talk about anything. He'll talk to dad about anything, but my wife's like wanting to get in there. He's like, Mom, you ask too many questions. Give me some space, just smothering me, mothering me. And so it weighs on you. So Marguerite, case in point, if when you feel close to your kids and like, yeah, it was weird, they want to talk, but now we're doing so well, we're connecting and they're doing better. How do you feel as a mom?
Well, I feel much better. I feel like I'm getting through to them. I mean, boys are especially hard in that way because boys don't use as many words as girls.
Now you're a
And
mother to boys. You have correct
5
me if
of
I'm
our
wrong.
6 kids are boys. Right. Yeah. And boys don't, what I've learned is, with my boys is I cannot like lay into them and give them, third degree, give them a bunch of questions. I have to just shut up and let them hang out. I'll just hang out with them. And after about 30 minutes, they'll say, so mom, and then they'll start talking. But the minute I start questioning them and drilling them, they shut up. So
They
just
clam
so you
up.
know,
So
that's
the
men in
definition,
general, I think.
yeah. The definition of progress is happiness. But if you feel like you're making progress with your kids and there's time and you're feeling closer to them and they're opening up and they're making you feel joy. So he says Limitless, his book is about advancing and progressing because he's a master. I'll give you one more example. He did this thing about oral hygiene. You all know you got to brush your teeth. You all know you kind of lightly scrub your tongue and that's good for your tongue, but not just, but you kind of, and you floss. We all know to floss, right? But he says some people don't floss. And he said, but did you know that oral hygiene, having a healthy mouth, is vital to your brain health? And people with bad mouth and teeth and gums, they tend to suffer mentally. They get dementia quicker. They get Alzheimer's quicker. There's all kinds of bad things in the brain that are linked to poor, or I'd never heard that. I'd literally never heard that. So I'm like, wow. So he says, take, for example, some maybe they brush and they do their tongue, but they don't floss. He's like, okay, I'm going to floss, but I'm not going to floss. He talked about, I have it written right here. Let's see if I can find it. It was really good. Right here. And I'm going to find it right here. I circled it. Here it is. Come on, where'd I put it? So I wrote down. Where is it? Oh, I circled it. Of course, I can't find it. The tiniest action to make progress towards your goal right now. So he said, floss one tooth. You don't like the floss? Floss a tooth. I did it. Tomorrow night, floss 2. And the next night, do 3. You can list a lead generation for listings. Just call 1 today. Tomorrow, call 2. You got to call 10 or 20 so you do nothing, right? So it's like small, simple steps towards the desired outcome. He's a master at that in this book. He also wrote down who you spend time with, you become like. So are you intentional and purposeful about who you're hanging out with? I mean, we've all heard that. We know power is proximity. He said, I like this. He put, don't downgrade your goals and dreams, your destiny. Don't do it. He says, how about upgrading your mindset and your motivation? Now, your family and your friends, your well-meaning family friends, like, come on, be realistic. You're setting these goals. You're not realistic. You're living in la la land. Get back to earth. Just stay down here. Set these. No, don't downgrade your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your future. Upgrade your mindset and your motivation. Then he talks about how to do that. Of course, we all know progress is the definition of happiness. And then he said this was some cool stuff. He says, your mind is your number one asset to build wealth. He says, I've noticed people who have wealth, they've really invested in their mind. And that, of course, is what Warren Buffett said. He said, invest in yourself. I was in Fiji for 19 days with Tony Robbins, and it was all about health, right? And one of the things he said, and a lot of you have heard me say it, but I'm going to say it again. You must participate in your own rescue. Like, no one's coming to save you to pay off those credit cards. No one's coming to help you sell more real estate. No one's going to help you come do agent attraction. I mean, you call us, I'll get on a Zoom. There's not one of you that if you texted me, I wouldn't jump on a Zoom for you and help you recruit somebody. I talk to people every day. I have no idea who I'm talking to, if they're in my group or not. I really don't care because I'm on the planet to help people, to love people, to make a difference. I love this company. And so, but I think it's really important to realize, what are you doing to your mind? Like, everybody wants the external success, the home, the cars, the revenue share, the stock, the travel the world. I mean, I'm planning a trip right now with Gene and Susan and Kathy and I and some other people. We're going to Barcelona Build. It is September. We have the dates booked. Did I give the dates out last time? Has everyone got the dates? You want it? Okay, I'll give it to you. So there's EXP Con in June. It happens to be in Barcelona. Just a freak accident that is in, like, we just picked Barcelona. I picked Barcelona 4 months ago before EXP picked theirs, which is fine. It doesn't matter. So they're doing EXP Con for Europe is in Barcelona, Spain. Well, guess what? Something special must be happening in Barcelona, because I booked Barcelona Build, and it is at the Nobu Hotel. We actually booked the hotel. It's done NOBU. We can book a room there. It's beautiful. Nobu Hotel, N-O-B as in boy, U, in Barcelona. And the dates are the September 18th through the 22nd. Well, from there, we're going to Rome. We're going to the Amalfi Coast. From there, we're going to Santorini and Greece. From there, we're going to Croatia. We're going to go spend 3 weeks. Come out. If you're in the position, come hang out with us. We'd love to travel with you. Come have fun. We're gonna do some really cool stuff. But it's nice to be in that position to be able to go travel and have some fun. But we invested in our minds. I mean, on the 11th of September, who knows where I'm going to be on September 11th? Anybody know? Who knows? Anybody? Nobody? I'm going to be in Daly City. Well, Brent, what's in Daly City? About 20,000 people at the Cow Palace. 20,000 people to cap, but it's a one-day event. Well, you can afford to do those things. Those things are expensive. It's $29 for a ticket. I do this stuff all the time. That's September 11th. You know what I'm doing? January 11th of 2025. I'm kicking off the year with the mindset. If you Google, it's called The Surge, S-U-R-G-E. It's got Nick Vujicic. He's got no arms, no legs. That guy's speaking. It's got Joe Montana, one of the winningest Super Bowl quarterbacks of all time. He's speaking on success. It has Dennis Quaid, the actor. I love Dennis Quaid. He's going to be there. And it's kind of a Christian entrepreneurial leadership thing they do. It's got this guy, Ed Milet. Ed's going to be there. It has all these powerful women speakers. They're going to be there. It's all day. I'm going to be there all day on Saturday, September 11th, at the Cow Palace in Daly City, which is south of San Francisco. This is what I do. I'm constantly investing in my brain, and I'll take notes. This is my book I got from Tony Robbins, Platinum Partners. Nice leather book. You see, it's already halfway full of notes. I just got this 3 weeks ago. I was in West Palm Beach with Tony right after Trump won the thing, right down the road from Mar-a-Lago. We had to keep taking these weird ways to get to the West Palm, the Breakers Hotel, because Secret Service are all over West Palm Beach. And it's an island. West Palm Beach is an island. And we kept getting rerouted by Secret Service. It's cool because at Mar-a-Lago, Trump was there and all that. But here's the deal. I have pages and pages and pages of notes from that event. And then I'm still filling this thing up. I just fill up books and books of notes. And so I'm doing that on the 11th all day. And then on the Friday night, I'm going down and staying at the Marriott in downtown San Francisco. It'll be fun, the city lights, and then doing that the next day. But I'm having dinner with the guy who speaks at the Surge on real estate. Somebody had a thing go, hey, you want to come have dinner with so-and-so? He's going to be on stage in front of 20,000 people. I'm like, sure. I just say yes. Stop saying no to yourself and say yes. So I've told everyone January 31st, I'm going to be in Atlanta, Atherton, Atlanta, and February 1st. It's something called the Create Conference. John Maxwell will be there. Gary Breck is going to be there. Les Brown will be there. A bunch of really cool people are going to be there. I think you can get a ticket for $299 or something. That one costs a little more, but it's a 2-day event. Well, I told Matt Plummer, Matt lives in Las Vegas. Matt, you should go, man. I really think you'd benefit by being there. Matt was booked. He had other stuff going. He told me initially, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I can go. Matt, what happened here? You were in the Grand Canyon taking a day to plan with your wife. What happened, Matt?
Yeah, man, I looked at the calendar and I made a few phone calls, reached out to the people that were scheduled to come to Vegas that week, see if they could come the next week, booked my ticket for Create, and I'll see you on the 28th, 29th.
So Matt and I will be hanging out. Maybe Veronica Figueroa tells you about something, or Tina Call tells you about something, or Jake Kinder tells you about something, or Kyle Whistle. Go hang out with people. You become like people you hang out with, people you respect. If you don't respect me, skip the conference. I'm not, I'm not, it's cool. Maybe you're a Tina Cole vibe or Veronica Figueroa. I'm not, but I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to go to Barcelona and hang out with us if you're in a position. Now, that may be a dream for you, like, oh, but not this year, maybe next year. We want to travel the world with you guys. I want to go to Rome with you guys. I want you to experience Santorini. I want you to be at the what's it called? Oh shoot, come on, Brent. As Spocky Hotel. So like a total bougie hotel going down the cliffs in Santorini. They're all white with blue tops in Santorini in Greece on the island of Santorini. It's in Oia, O-I-A. And every room has a little tiny private pool on the cliff, and the cliffs drop down 200, 300, 400, 500 feet, and these rooms go all the way down the cliff, and it's so bougie, it's so like custom. And some of them you get in the water and you swim out to your pool, and so if it starts raining or you've had too much sun, you can actually, they call that the volcano room, and you go through like the volcano tube out to the pool, and you're sitting there, you're overlooking the Mediterranean. I mean, it's just amazing, some of the stuff we get to do. And so maybe that's a dream. Maybe, okay, not next year, but next year. Why not? You could be there next year, or you might choose to come this year, but we want to hang out with you. But your mind is your number one wealth building asset. What are you doing? Have you studied it? Because really, Tony Robbins says, and he's the guy. I don't think there's anyone more. He says 80% of the chokehold in your life, your business, your life, your relationships, 80% is your personal psychology. Right? So some people bought the book Limitless, like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. When someone spent their whole life and they've become really successful, people go, man, you should write a book. And they take 30 years of life experiences and put in a book and call it Limitless. And you have an opportunity to read it and you don't. I mean, it's a success hack. Success leaves clues, right? Brian's smiling at me because he knows it's true. I watch you guys, by the way. You think I don't watch you? Carmen, I'm watching you. Carrie Thompson, I see you there. I see you. James Massey, what's up? So I'm talking and looking around at you guys. I'm fully engaged. I'm like Santa Claus. I know if you're being naughty or nice. I know if you're paying attention or making phone calls. I'm watching. You don't think I'm watching? I'm watching you, Wendy Goss. I love that big smile. I watch you all the time. I could be like stalker status on some of these things. And so Jenny, hi Jenny Gregoriou. It's hard to say your name. Hopefully I got that right. But so he also said P times E times S3 equals success. P is in Paul times E is in Edison times S3, Sam 3, S is in Sam 3 equals success. And the P stood for purpose. He studied, he said people become really successful. They had a purpose, man. They had a purpose. And I was just came from Elk Grove. I just did a 2-hour training with Krista Mayshore. We rocked it. We had box lunches brought in for lunch from Boat Inns. There were great sourdough sandwiches and foods and all kinds of stuff. And it was amazing. Then we ripped 40 minutes up here to my Roseville office, which I'm in my Roseville office. And so, but I was talking to Luann Chicasso. She had her best year ever. I think without trying, she made $800,000 this year. Now, she'd been in real estate like me for like 27 years. People just call her up, blowing her up. She's just like, just absolutely on fire. And she won't speak for me. She will not speak. I'm afraid. I'm a terrible speaker. Remember, 80% of chokehold business are personal psychology. I called her out today. I said, here's the deal. And I love her and I adore her. I'm her sponsor, and she would be fine with me sharing this with you. I said, you're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about how you bumble, you fumble, you stumble. You're just not a good speaker. And you're so self-absorbed about you. I said, I turned her around. The meeting was over. Half the room was full, half was leaving. I go, look at all these chairs. You're the most successful agent in here, and you won't share because you're worried about how you sound. It's super selfish. I go, I love you, Luann, but how about, and I love her. She's not selfish, but this part was, friends call you out. Iron sharpens iron. I said, Luann, you got to think of these people. They are suffering right now in this market. They are freaking full on suffering in this market. And you have things you could share that would change their life and change their kids' life. But you are so hung up on you're not a good speaker. How about you share what's in your heart that would help them sell more real estate to buyers and sellers and get more listings? You have it. She kills it. She does 60, 70 home sales a year without trying. She was a single mom who got divorced 25 years ago, stayed single. She's like, oh, crud, hit the old crud button, went out and got into real estate. And she went mama bear and she did what it took. And now she's super successful, but she won't talk because she's thinking about how she's scared. She's thinking about herself. She's being selfish, narcissistic, and she's not. But in this particular area, I called her out. She goes, I think you just cured me. She goes, I think you just, and that's what Tony Robbins is. He does interventions. I did one private. It was me and her. Nobody else was in the room. But I called her out. I said, I'm calling you out right now. Look, I want you to look at this room. You saw the people in this room. Look at them. You could have, I'd asked her if she would share today. She says, no, I'm not talking. You know me. I don't talk. And part of it, she said, is their Japanese culture. It's showing off. If you get in front of everyone, she's super Japanese and culture. And you know, you're big headed if you're in front of the room and you're, you know, look at me and you're bragging. And it's her paradigm and her mindset. So I'm calling you out on that. That is not good. It is better to love these people. They need to hear from you. And you're being selfish. I go, you could pour into them and change their life, but you won't because you're not a good speaker. Because you're not like Brent, or you're not like Krista Mashore. Krista Mashore was there with me. Paul Frank spoke, big commercial guys and billions in real estate. You're not like Paul. I know, you're Luann. You're freaking amazing. You're John Olson. You're Herb Olson. You're Wendy Goss. You're Charlene Barthwell. You're Mike Collier. Love Mike Collier. I'm watching you, Mike. I see you jamming on that walker, man. He's getting a double dip. He's getting the mindset and he's getting the exercise. Look at his big old chest. He's a stud. No wonder he's a stud. He's double dipping. Become a double dipper like my boy. I love Mike Collier. I absolutely love the guy. But here's the deal. Quit thinking about how foolish you look and start thinking about how you could change the life of a seller, a buyer, agents. When you're talking, go love the agents, go serve them. And then you're dangerous. You're a dangerous woman. You're a dangerous man. I mean, it's like people are like, how do you do it? I don't think about me. I'm like, who cares? You know, I make mistakes. Herb, raise his hand. Good. Raise your
All right,
hand.
my man. Hey, listen, I gotta say, I'm thinking, this morning I was thinking, gosh, I called one guy that's on my team and we had it went so good. He was dying to hear from me, right? And he tells me how he wants to do, and I say, how can I help you? He wanted help with the CRM. Okay, super. We got it. Let's set a time right now. But, I think we all think that we have to be better than we are in order for us to help someone else. And I think that's what you're talking about, Brett.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just come from contribution, you guys. Just let's get over ourselves and love other people. It's so rewarding when you give of yourself to another, when you touch the human soul, because you're touching their children. It's the ripple effect. You help mom, you help the kids. You help dad, you help the family. You help dad's kids. Man, let it go. Herb, thank you. Thank you, Herb. Carolyn, yes.
Just note, I did learn how to use the hand signal. I wanted to love on you and help you get back to the PXS3. I wanted to know
Thank
the
you.
other.
I was actually looking out. I go, I'm gonna get
Okay.
back to that.
Love you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All right. Thank you. So purpose. What is your purpose? What is your purpose? To make a difference for people around you, to walk in the room and love people, not really, what do they think of me, right? Just love, be kind. So the P is purpose. What's your purpose? The E is energy. So when you have purpose, and this is what Jim Quick noticed after 30 years of doing this, and he's been to every famous person you could know. He speaks, he does it all. He knows them all. It's the energy, purpose with energy, powerful combination. And he says, and he goes, really, it's also exercising that energy, like not only exercising like Mike is right now, but exercising your energy through your purpose, your passion, you know, and he was going through this. And then he said, times S3. I'm like, S3, what's that mean? Small, simple steps. Small, simple steps. Everyone thinks I got to go be Evel Knievel and jump the Grand Canyon. Floss one tooth. Floss one tooth. Paint one fence board. Tomorrow, paint two. Start where you got to start. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Take a step in the direction of your goals and dreams. The definition of happiness is progress. When you're making progress with your kids, like Marguerite and I talked, you're making progress with your exercise, like Mike Collier. He's making progress with his exercise. Today, I had my healthy bar, and at lunch, we had all Bodine sandwiches, sourdough, roast beef, pastrami, tuna, tomato, chicken, avocado, bacon. It was all there. I love this particular place. I know what those sandwiches are. I told Clark, I grabbed her by the lapel. I go, do not let me have a sandwich. I like the bread. Clark, unmute yourself. Clark's here. Clark, did I do that on the way down? You're muted. Well,
Yes, absolutely.
and I gave you what? What did I give you?
A food bar.
A little power bar that had no sugar, 18 grams of protein, 4 net carbs. I said, Clark, shove that thing in my mouth. Don't you dare, because I was feeling kind of weak, because they are my favorite sandwiches, guys. And after I speak, I put all the energy. I'm like, oh, that would be so good. And sure enough, I got done, and everyone's getting their box lunches and getting these big, thick sourdough, and there's some of these tomato breads, and oh, it's so good. And Clark, what did you do, Clark? You handed me what, Clark?
The food bar.
Yeah, the food bar, the breakfast bar, the
Yeah.
protein bar. And what did I eat on the way back to Roseville, Clark? My
The
protein.
protein bar.
Yep. And I'm drinking water and I'm being healthy. So I'm making progress in the area of my health. My blood sugars are perfect. My blood pressure is perfect. Losing weight like crazy. I'm super encouraged. I'm happy. When you're just fat and miserable, you ain't happy. When you're not helping other people, you're not happy. When you're distant from your kids. So, but his big thing is everyone thinks that these gigantic steps, small, simple steps. What can you do today? You take your purpose, you combine it with energy, and you do small, simple steps, and you make the progress. What's his book called? Limitless. And of course, on Limitless, it was which is advancing and progressing. Advancing and progressing. That's how he got to where he is in life. He's the world's foremost brain expert. It's pretty cool. So, geez, you're right. It is 2:03. Let me wrap up with a few things. But today I'm just going to have fun with you. It's Christmas. He said this, the famous one, which I wrote down. I can never, ever, ever hear it enough. If you argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. I'm nervous. You win. You're nervous. Live a life of nervousness. I'm broke. I can't afford to go to Cabo. You win the argument. If you argue for your limitation, you're broke. You win. You're broke. I'm afraid. You win. Live in fear. Stop arguing for your limitations. It's a bad thing to do. He says, there's what I believe is possible. There's what I believe is possible and what's capable for me. And then there's what I believe I deserve. Like, what do you deserve? Do you deserve to be happy? Some of you don't think you deserve to be happy. Some of you think you don't deserve to be a listing agent. Guess what? You start fighting for it, you deserve it. You fight for your marriage. Man, Kathy and I are doing so good. I deserve a great marriage. And guess what? Right now, my marriage is not a 10 out of 10. It's a 37 out of 10. It's freaking awesome. I didn't know there could be this much joy and happiness. I cannot wait to see my life. There was a time where I was like, yeah, I'll see her tonight. You know, like there was a time when I'd leave for a week and she's like, what are you packing for? Oh, I'm out here tomorrow morning. I'm headed to Phoenix. I'll be back next Sunday. There was a time I'd never told her anything. I'm like, oh, I got a 3-day golf trip down to Palm Springs. That was a long time ago. It was like last April when I did that. No, I'm kidding. It was, we're talking like 20 years ago, 15 years ago. I've learned since. We talk all the time now. We spend time. She's like, is your husband your best friend? Is your wife your best friend? I'll be like, no, James Stroop is my best friend. It's like, oh, that's a problem. And so, and I get it. You have a best friend as a guy, a buddy. But I can tell you right now, Liz Brown, My wife is my best friend. I absolutely love to see her. There was time like, hey, let's go to Europe. I go, by ourselves? Can we bring Liz Brown and her husband? Would you know Brian Moses? Yeah, he's great. I go, let's invite them. Let's see where I didn't want to be anywhere alone with her. Just didn't. I mean, I just really needed it. Now, no offense, everyone, I'm good. Like, we're going to Cabo a week early, just me and her. I'm going to golf with her at Cuvero and Cabo del Sol. We'll walk the beach together. We'll go out to dinner at night together. We'll hit the spa together. We're just going to have a time of our, just me and her. I don't need anybody else there. I'm so excited, but I've fought for this, and so is she, thank God. And so we're on the same page. So you can make progress in your marriage, in your finances, in your business, agent attraction. So I think the final thing I'll say, and then we'll call it a wrap, is take the invisible and make it visible. That's what Jim Quick's about. You have invisible things in your heart, dreams, goals, destinies. Make it visible. How? Through understanding your purpose, your passion, combining energy to it, multiplying it times the simple steps. What was it? It was 3 S's. What was it? The 3 S, small, simple steps. I forgot the word small. I know they were all S's, the 3 S's, small, simple steps. And he goes, a lot of people just never start because they make it too big of a project. So I hope this was helpful today. I love you guys. Merry Christmas. We're doing the mastering sales in 3 minutes. So feel free to stick around if you get a bounce. This will be it for the year. There is no 1% club next week. And there's no 1% club the week after that. Papa Brent is taking the next 2 weeks off. I'm doing nothing but enjoying the fireplace with my family, spending time with my family, just checking out. I've done this for 30 years. One thing I'm good about is I take, the 20th. I stop the 20th and I won't resurface till really about the 2nd or 3rd of January. So I wish you the same. I love you guys. Mwah. If you are here for the mastering sales, we'll start in 3 minutes. Merry Christmas, everyone. Be good. See you in 3 if you stick around. Bye. Bye, Vince from San Diego. Good to see you, dude. Hi, buddy.